Okay, let's take a look at this with a little bit of word problem. So here we've got the length of a rectangle is 2 more than the width. The area is this. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So let's see, how are we going to do this? Well, let's just write down what we've got here. The length is 2 more than the width, and the area, which is of course length times width, is equal to 48. So we have two equations here. We have area equals length times width, and the length is 2 plus w. So instead of writing length times width, we're going to write 2 plus w. We also know that the area is 48. And when I multiply out this, I've got 2 times w plus w times w. Now let's bring everything over to the right side. So I've got 0 equals w squared plus 2w, and when this comes over, it's minus 48. So now let's factor. We've got here and now we're going to see what multiplies to 48 and subtracts to 2. So of course that's positive 8 and minus 6. And therefore w equals negative 8 or positive 6. So here, now let's graph it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 8. Positive 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see here. The length of the rectangle is 2 more. The areas is find the dimensions. So we have the width of this is negative 8 or 6. Now we know in pure math we can have things like w equaling negative 8, but in real life there is no such thing as a rectangle with negative length. So we're going to only use, we don't cross it out so that we can't see it, we cross it out to communicate that we know we can't use it. So w equals 6. And then when we need to find the dimensions, so we need to find the length also, but we know the length is the width plus 2, so the length is going to be 6 plus 2, which is 8. So find the dimensions, therefore the dimensions are 6 by 8 meters. Okay, it's actually 6 meters by 8 meters. Okay, now in this problem, graphing isn't really of any use. We're not going to really be graphing with this. So let's continue on here. The sum of the squares of 3 consecutive integers is 77. Find the integers. So let's talk about this for a second. We know what consecutive means, like 6, 7, 8 are all consecutive numbers. Now, a consecutive integer, if we're talking about things in general, if the first integer is x, then the next integer is 1 more, and the next integer is 1 more after that. So we're going to add the squares. So we're going to add the squares, and we see that it is 77. So now what has to happen is we need to square all this out and then get to somewhere here. So let's get started. Perhaps you'll be faster than me. Let's see. So we've got x squared, then this is squaring out the bracket. So you can just square it out if you're able to. Square the first. This times this doubled. Square the second. If you're not able to do that, then just go like this. And then FOIL it out. So let me just see here. I've got 2x squareds plus 2x plus 1. And let me deal with this. So I've got plus x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 27. So I've got x squared and 2x squared and 1x squared is 3x squareds. Then I have 2x and 4x, 6x. And then I have 1 plus 4 is 5. And then I'm going to bring this 27 over to be negative 27 and let it equal 0. Now, I'm going to collect this. So negative 27 plus 5 is negative 22. Okay, so there is no number that divides evenly into all of these numbers, right? 3 goes into here and here, but not here. 2 goes into here and here, but not there. So now we're going to either factor it or we're going to use the quadratic formula. All right, so let's get that done here. I'm actually going to do it on another piece of paper because I'm running out of room here with this graph, or actually I can do it down here. So 3 times 22 is 66, and I need to know which two numbers multiply to 66 and subtract to 6. So let's get busy. I've got 1 times 66, then I've got 2 times 33, and then I have 3 times 22. Do any of those have a difference of 6? No, not yet. So let's keep going. Okay, does 4 go into there? No. 5? No. 6? Yeah, of course 6 goes in. 6 times 11 is 66. So none of these go in, none of these have a difference. Subtract to 6. So that means we're going to have to use the quadratic formula. So that is x equals negative b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You know that this is a is 3, b is 6, and c is negative 22. Now, just for argument's sake, because we can do the algebra, but let's say we find out that the answer is 6. So what's going to happen is we're going to plug 6 in for our x's, and then we will see that 6, 7, 8 would be the numbers. And that's how that works.